Hey guys, so, Anima Fractulus, I've heard so much about this damn thing, I had to get it and make a video on it, and if I am being fair with myself, although it is a great weapon, it does not live up to what people say about it. People are claiming it needs to be nerfed, and I can understand how at a first sight it may seem like that. But this weapon, along with the good, also has many downsides. But for now, let's talk about the build in general first. This little flying matchbox was built for one thing: mobility. Get in, get your job done, and fuck off. The cartridge selection, as you can see, was made to fit a more aggressive flight style, which allows you to distance yourself quickly when necessary. Stealth is an evident choice. You don't show on radar if you are being a sneaky bitch. That gets you the upper hand, same when fleeing the scene. Easy to lose enemies if they can't track you. Beam guard is a no-brainer. You're up high the sky, where all the beam shit is. Makes sense if you ask me. Stun regain. You recover some HP when getting stunned. It is a low tough build, so we can be expecting to get stunned often. Here's where something tricky comes into play. Ascending force. It lets you gain vertical height just by flying regularly. There's a little extra on it though. If you get stunned while flying, your altitude limit may get reset, which means that at whatever altitude you are, is now your ground point to fly up, and you just keep going up the more you get stunned while fleeing. Obviously, getting stunned like that is a situation you want to avoid in the first place, but if you do, you get some HP mitigation from stun regain on top. Then, I have decided to go for Axle Roll, if you to get it externally, but this thing is tremendous, especially paired with the capacity to refill boost both from the weapon and the Tunitress legs. You get fast as fuck, boy.
I'm fast as fuck, boy. Still fast as fuck, boy. Come get some. I don't think you have any idea how fast I really am. I'm fast as fuck, boy.
Axle Roll lets you roll 4 times per boost bar consecutively. Legs give you a 50% boost refill, which allows for 2 extra Axle Rolls after reboost, if you need a quick escape. As you can see in this particular situation, without it, it would have been a surefire death. It's quick and easy to master, just make sure you take care for your boost. And you can in theory just stay on air until your ammo runs out. By now, we have pretty much covered mobility. What else is there to say? Tunitress legs. You've seen them at work on the previous clip. It is an Axle Roll like dash, but a bit faster, and further. And with a 50% boost refill, its cooldown allows you to basically restore 50% boost, when you lost about 50% boost.
Nice.
It's great by itself, amazing on this build. Also, 60 ammo is plenty to go around. Moving on to the big guy, Anima Fractulus. There is a lot to say about it, and we are going a bit deeper than further on this one, but let's start with what I have been hearing around. People keep saying Tune 3 great reach on it, and even though I can see the appeal, I feel that you end up falling short on damage. First, because a great part of your damage comes from the main laser you shoot, and not from the remote beams, which will most likely be the only thing landing at extreme ranges. Here is this weapon's main problem: very low ammo. Another good possibility would be tuning triple Air Force, but then you would have to work on a much shorter range. So here is what I went for. 2 high shooter allow you to reach 330 range at 480 speed, which is near railgun values of speed, or above that depending on the railgun, on something that spawns at about 40 to 70 range from your enemy. The current build provides, in my opinion, the best balance of speed and range, at the cost of low ammo. Fighting at the edge of range is mostly only good for chase kills, to not let escape that low HP enemy, as mostly the remote bits will hit, but it should still be enough. You are probably saying to yourself, Operator, why are you being such a bitch about the ammo? Couldn't possibly be that bad. Well, keep an eye on the timer on this match. Let's time-lapse this shit. And there we have it. Our ammo lasted precisely 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
What? What the fuck?
So, if you want to be running this, you will have to either be running arena ammo items, or lose some time farming that game. On the bright side, if you've done your fair share of not sucking, even if you suicide, you can still get a somewhat decent score out of it. Last thing to mention about the weapon tunes, is the force tune. 8 force plus 5%, which is a single force tune equals 8.24, which rounds up to 9 force. A great tune would do precisely the same, so thanks to the roundup. It is a great way to get some extra power on the cheap, for only 10 cost. I would not recommend using this on missions, unless you are willing to pack the extra ammo with you. As you can see here, it's just not gonna last through most of it. Obviously there are exceptions, like cruise mission, but on most of them, just don't.
Don't do it, just don't do it.
There is however something, I find this weapon really versatile for, since it gives you boost, even though ammo is limited, you can use it for arcanters, for a consistent farming. Just farm each area until you are out of ammo. You will last about 4 to 5 minutes per area, which is more than enough to grind enough chips, to get to the deeper areas with maxed out stats. Let's time-lapse the first areas using that exact strategy, on drops ×2, and see what we can get out of it. The build's mobility is also another great extra for arcanters, especially for trickier endgame areas. Not too shabby for 20 minutes, I would say. Stats for the boys, be sure to tune Eternal on the arm you are using the gun with. Also, you absolutely do not need that booster joint. There is an extra slot on one of the arms you can move that tune into. The booster joint changes nothing, I just added it for aesthetics. And keep the ammo issue in mind, maybe it would be more effective to just triple high air force it and stay closer to your enemy. If you are aiming for something like that, should be easy to drop a few points on either tech or fly. I would personally go for dropping tech, as we would not be mid-maxing it with that single force tune anymore. You could also just remove the shield, which costs 35, alongside the 10 cost from the force tune, would line up with the 45 for another high air force. But in that case, you will need some arm joints, and the booster joint, for extra slots, that would otherwise be provided by the shield. What else can I say about this creature? Stay as close as comfortable to your enemy, know when to retreat, and don't be afraid to chase fleeing melees. Your dash spam should be sufficient to outpace most fleeing enemies, and just peck them to death. I usually farm ammo either at the start if no one goes for items, or when my ammo drops to about 250, but I'm seriously considering just swapping for the triple high air force build instead. It can still perform fantastically, and it's a good all-round unit, except for missions, but that ammo really fucking hurts. Thank you for watching, guys. Remember to like, subscribe, hit that bell, all that usual bullshit. My next video will most likely be about the game mode I'm developing. Also, I will be opening a Discord, where people can give ideas, discuss builds, and in general shape what comes out in this channel, making sure we have proper information, people available for testing stuff, etc. Let's build this community together, and make sure we have good information coming out on every release. I will see all of you soon. Thank you, cunts.
Cover all 9,000 taste bud. Aerate it. Warm it up. Driving up that top note, that cream, pure vanilla, sweeteners. That's a 10.